Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning into the Financial Investor channel. My name is Brent, and today we're going to be doing a video walkthrough of my second property here that I acquired. This is a duplex. They're individual units, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, split up into 2-bedroom, 1-bath in each unit. So here in the front is one unit. There in the back is a second unit. So each of them, separated here by a fence, are their own individual units, 2-bedroom, 1-bath. So in this video, we're going to be doing an exterior and interior walkthrough with sort of, commentary on top of, my scope of work, what I plan on fixing during the rehab process. It's going to get started here on Monday. My other one's actually wrapping up this week, my first rental. So that should get hopefully rented out here in November. I'm going to be going out there and doing an inspection on this one on the 24th for my insurance purposes. And then I'll be doing a video of the other one. So anyways, if you are brand new to my channel, I do make stock market, personal finance, and real estate investment videos every single week, so consider subscribing. And if you have any questions at any part of the video, if you have any sort of questions, suggestions you would like to have covered, let me know. This is my second walkthrough of a property, so as I build up my portfolio, I will continuously add new information into each one. So here we're going to go over the exterior, interior of both properties and go over sort of my scope of work as we're kind of going through the videos, and then at the end go over the numbers. So nothing's set in stone besides where I bought it at right now. So let's go ahead and get into it. So here, first unit here, front. I've already talked to my property manager. My scope of work basically on the exterior of both of these properties is trimming. So trim back any sort of vegetation that could be touching the home, trim that all back away, allow the window here that's facing the face of the entrance here to be completely, allowed. So this will all get trimmed down. And then we're going to be doing a power wash on the outside and then painting it with a fresh coat of paint. I may end up pulling this thing out completely before we do the painting. So trimming the plants, replace any sort of windows that we need to that may have some sort of dry rot or issue that may cause them to be replaced. And then we're going to be power washing the exteriors of these homes, washing them with a fresh coat of paint, and then painting the trim there white. The roof on this one here on the front is brand new. The one in the back, that was part of my repairs that I came back to the seller with. They gave me $3,000 at closing for credit. So that's what I'm getting started on Monday. I'm going to have the property management, like the workforce, go out there, start working on the roof. I got a bid from local contractors for a roof around $4,000. Between $3,000 and $4,000, my property management team has their own workforce, so we're going to be doing it that way, and that should come out just a little bit cheaper, and we'll be doing a video of that all in the future. So let's go ahead and kind of continue on here. So a little, staircase up, front door there, side. So all of this will get power washed to get it all nice and clean, and then replace any sort of windows that need to be replaced, and then fresh coat of paint, and then trimming. I like the white trimming, so we'll probably redo that again. So this is just the first unit here. It's detached on its own. Now going into the inside, that front door that we saw at the beginning of this video, that is here, this entrance, all of this inside here, this was as it was when I purchased it. So they had begun to do their remodeling, but the elderly couple that I purchased this from, they have a large portfolio. They're in their 60s now, so they're looking to unload their portfolio. So I offered them a cash deal on this one, and they accepted. So that's why I was able to get this one a little bit cheaper, just because it was straight cash, 20 days to close, and so I got it all done here. So vinyl up front as you walk in, vinyl composite tile as far as the flooring goes, nice little wood flooring. Laminate, or not laminate, vinyl here in the kitchen area, wall heater. I will probably end up replacing those wall heaters. The kitchen was already recently redone here. You can see counters, oven here, the range as you would call it, faucets, all stainless steel. So everything there looked good. Hallway back into the 2 bedrooms and the bathroom. So here in the bathroom, yeah, the inspector made a mess there as it's going up there. So here inside the bathroom is the hookups for the washer and dryer. So there is this large unit here. It's optional. I suggested it to my property management team, saying, hey, do you think it would be best to kind of pull this off the wall, supply a small washer and dryer, and then have some sort of a wall added in there to kind of separate the washer and dryer either have some sort of like a drape system or some sort of a collapsible door that can all collapse to one side or another. That way when you need to use the washer and dryer, you collapse the walls down. That way you don't have to have it there right out there as you're on, you know, inside the restroom there. So toilet, and then the bathroom area, the shower, it's a standing shower only. The other unit does have a bath and standing shower. This one only has a standing unit. So here is where the water heater goes. So I thought about maybe like a drape or something to kind of cover this, because it doesn't, you know, you don't always need access to the water heater. So maybe have some sort of a door or something here that can kind of cover up that water heater. We may end up replacing that one as well. And so here, the shower here, standing shower, very grimy. I don't know if we can clean this out or what. My suggestion was to gut it and replace it with a new standing shower there. I'll leave, you know, get a suggestion back from my property management team as to what would be best. This isn't in the best neighborhood. It's not in the worst neighborhood. It's sort of on the outskirts. There's a similar property for sale, very close, listed for $130,000, $140,000 for a duplex, but it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. So one of the units is a 1-1, the other one is a 2-1. The 2-bedroom, 1-bath is rented out right now for $850. So my numbers, when I did my estimates, I went down. You know, I did $550 on one, $650 on the other. But now I kind of bumped it up, knowing that the rental right down the street is actually rented out for $850. And the square feet on both of these are about the same. Each of these units is about 700 square feet. And, you know, it'll all get kind of cleaned up. But the majority of the home is actually in good condition. So as far as that property goes, all I will be doing to that one, again, trimming the trees. I will be doing a power wash, fixing any sort of windows that need to be fixed, giving it a fresh coat of paint, white trimming, and on the inside, maybe replace the water heater, the gas heat over the inside, and the shower there, and maybe add some walls to kind of, you know, hide the washer dryer and behind a collapsible wall. I'll kind of talk to my property management team about what would be best. So second unit here, this is a storage unit here that's attached to the main home. So whoever, you know, chooses to rent out this property, they can have a storage unit here attached to their home. So again, this roof, it has like 3 layers of shingles on here. So my inspector came back saying, you know, it would be best to probably have this replaced. So when I came back to my repairs saying that either they could repair it, they gave me credit instead at closing of $3,000. So my bid that I got was between $3,000 and $42,000. So that was pretty good price. You know, I got the credits there back at closing, so that's what it's going to be applied for. So this roof on this home is going to get started up on Monday. They're going to be pulling off the shingles, replacing any sort of plywood as they need along the side, because along the side there may be some dry rot. So that'll all get kind of fixed. New layer of shingles down prior to going into the winter month. So all the roofing here will get replaced, power washed on the outside, and a fresh coat of paint. White trimmings along the side as well to kind of give it a nice, you know, fresh look. Fresh looks are always nice. I'm undecided about this baseboard here, whether or not to kind of keep this along the sides here and in the back. But here's the front door. You would go in here. Side area has another door here. I don't know why I have a transition there, but I do. Here's a side door over here. So kind of, you know, there's a little bit of dry rot underneath here. So here, as I'm sort of doing the roof, I'm going to have them take a look to see if there's any sort of way we can kind of resolve some of the issue there on the rafters on the underneath there. So some of the roof here on this home didn't help with the water runoff because it was patched much, you know, layers of shingles should only go up to 2, and after that should get replaced. These were 3 layers of shingles, and they were like really spotty. So as they're doing the roof, it may come up to be a little bit more expensive as they, you know, remove and correct issues, but we shall see. So here again, storage unit there going into the middle. Now here is the second unit in the inside. So here's that side door on the left. So if you were to go into the side door instead of the front door, you have your washer and dryer hookups here in this area. So this will all get kind of cleaned up. Everything's already painted. It just needs to get like a vacuum. I don't know if I'll keep the carpet. My suggestion was the property management team was, as they did in my other property, they pulled out the carpet. That looks very, you know, if there's any owners that own dogs, you don't want carpets. I think it's very inexpensive to just put in some vinyl composite tile. It's scratch proof. It looks just like laminate. It's, you know, water resistant. It looks very nice in the other property, so it turned out really nice. I may end up installing it on here, or I may give this a clean, you know, I kind of suggested it to the property manager. So on my seller, on my suggestions, when I went back to my sellers and said, hey, the bathroom had stains on the floor and some other little, you know, I mentioned that the bathroom needed to be either fixed or credited because that wasn't on their scope. The property had already been listed pretty far down below market value. So, you know, I always go back with my repairs as I see them, and they actually did give me, you know, they offered to resolve this. So they actually put in some new vinyl on the flooring, brand new tub inside there. So this will just get kind of fixed up and tidied up, and it'll look nice here. Inside this drawer is the water heater for this one. They redid some of the pipings here to go straight up instead of a loop on some of them, so that was good there. And that's that water heater here at living room area. And here's the first little room here. Closet, everything nice and fresh there, everything nice and painted. I think the carpet is brand new, but because they had remodeled it, there's a bunch of little paint chips and such on the floor. It may just need to get vacuumed. Then we can go through the first tenant with that carpet in place, and then after the, you know, as they move out, replace it with vinyl composite tile, the VCT. So another heater here that'll probably end up getting replaced. So here the kitchen, this is like a complete metal kitchen. So this is all metal in here, has a range, and it has some new space, drawers up there. And then over here we have some older school. I actually like this. I showed it to my wife. She kind of thought it was nice. The flooring in here is nice. It's new. It just used to be cleaned up and replaced. So that is the properties. These are both of the duplexes. So again, main things I'm going to be doing exterior on these. On the front one, I'm going to be doing trimming of the trees. We're going to be doing a power wash, fixing any sort of windows that may have dry rot need to be replaced, fresh coat of paint, and on both units, both, you know, solid color and the white trimming. And then on the second home exterior, we're going to be fixing some of the plyboards on the roof and along the edges, replacing the shingles on the roof, you know, pulling shingles, replacing shingles. And that should be the majority of the exterior work. The foundations, you know, the foundation on this one look good. Now inside, we will end up replacing, what was it, the shower possibly, maybe supply them with a washer and dryer. Not 100% sure there. And let's see here, what was the other stuff? Without looking at my list, I gave him a list to kind of look through, and he went out there last week and kind of checked that out, did a walkthrough of the property, checked out the attic. There's a little bit of attic work that we may do. The roof itself is brand new, but there's still some old sheathing boards in there that showed you know, discoloration from the past roof, maybe some sort of water damage that it had in the past. It just needs to be cleaned up a little bit. So that is basically the video walkthrough of those properties. Now here, this is the you know, the number is wide. So my purchase price, my initial offer of cash was $79,500. They accepted it. Now during my inspection period, you know, I went through with an inspector and then listed items I would like them to fix. They offered to fix some of the issues, and then gave me $3,000 at credit, you know, at closing. So my total purchase price for these duplexes was $76,500. So that's less than, what, $37,000 a piece for each of these 2-bedroom and 1-bath. I can rent them out for $850. I may end up just going $800, $850. We'll see how that all plays out. So my initial closing costs, I paid very little in closing costs because it was just a cash offer, cash deal. Estimated repairs, this is maybe possibly low. So this was my trimming, this was my paint, and it didn't include my roof because the roof, I was basically credited that. Probably my numbers are slightly off there. So this may end up going up a little bit more as far as estimates go as we begin to roll out the new roof, as we do the paint, trimming, replacing some windows, maybe replace the flooring, get that bath installed. But I don't see it being more than $10,000 in that range. So the total project cost may come up to about $82 to $86,000 there. So my after repair value, I went very low, very conservative. So there's another duplex right down the street that's selling for $130,000, $140,000, and I went with an after repair value of $105,000. It's actually worth about $120 to $140. This is just kind of lowballing it. So my down payment during the acquisition was the $76,500 cash, no interest because it's not a loan. Total amount needed for the total repairs and the cash was around $82,650. Loan amount when I refinance this, when I take it to my whoever I go through with my loan amount, we may end up getting a loan right around $78,000, $80,000. So I will be able to take out all or most of my cash during this deal. My loan fees, I may have some my loan fees there. Loan interest rate, currently my credit union offers a 5.375% credit or interest rate, which is very inexpensive. So my PMI would be $440.98. The total cash invested in this property after I refinance it, pull out cash out of this, will be $4,900. That'll probably be up a little bit higher there, but still not too high. So that's my initial rehab period. My rehab period may take up to a month, maybe two. We'll see. The other one only took about a month. That one's being completely finished now. My initial rented period while I own this in cash, my monthly income is about, so I know I can actually rent these out for $800 pretty easy. So that would be $1,600. I think I estimated down lower. I think I put each at $775, $750 in that range. So I probably will be able to go up even higher to either $800 or $850. That'll put me at $1,600 or $1,700 of monthly income. My monthly expenses here, roughly $560 as I hold them in cash. Monthly cash flow, once you subtract your monthly expenses from your monthly income, is $989.50. My cash on cash return would be about 14.37%. In here, we're taking out money for vacancy, $77 for vacancy, $77 for capital expenditures. Management, I'm doing a 10 or 12% management. I believe it's 12% because a little bit higher end management, they do their own workforce. They offer some good benefits there. Putting money aside for repairs, putting money aside for insurance, and putting money aside for property taxes. So all of that total is $560.50, and then you add, we don't have any PMI in this example. Now, once I refinance this, let's go over to the refinance. Again, monthly income somewhere in that range of $1,550 or above. Monthly expenses will actually bump up now from $560 to now $1,001. My monthly income will drop from $989 to around $548.52. I'll be able to have basically all of my money back out in my pocket, being able to buy another property. So my first year goal was to buy one property. My second year goal was to buy two properties. My third year goal is to buy four properties or four doors. So going into 2019, I'm looking at a fourplex right now. I can probably acquire for right around $80,000, which would be very inexpensive. These are just properties that, elderly couples that have a large portfolio, they're looking to retire. I've been talking to a couple. They're just trying to unload them. They've done them well, but they just want cash as they kind of move into this period of their life. So cash on cash return would be about 134%, depending on how the numbers go after the refinancing, what they actually get rented out for and such. So we're still going to be taking out money for vacancy, capital expenditures, management, property taxes, repairs, insurance, and PMI. So that, that's the numbers there. Now, over time here, we can kind of see the after repair value. The after repair value is actually, between $120,000 to $140,000. I think is probably where it's going to be at once we fix it up. It'll be completely redone, looking fresh on the outside and the inside there. So cash on the total annual cash flow of these will start off right around $6,000, near $7,000, and kind of go up from there after the initial first years. And as this kind of pays off as well, year 30, once it's completely paid off, it will put out roughly $15,000 of cash flow. Here we can see property value. This is, a little bit off just because I'm very conservative as far as the ARV. And that is basically all I wanted to cover in today's video. So I didn't know if there's any sort of other information you guys would like to kind of go over in these videos. But let me know in the comment section below if there's anything you would have liked to have seen. You know, let me know, leave a comment below. And that is basically it. So my first year goal going into real estate, it was basically done. I got my first single family home. It's getting completely remodeled and finished this week as I release this video. This new property, this new duplex, is getting remodeled and started this week. So they're going to be working on my roof, working on trimming back some trees, power washing it, and then giving it a nice fresh coating of paint, and then kind of going over the inside. You know, as the winter months kind of get started, I want to get all the exterior stuff done. I don't want to have to deal, you know, I don't want to have anybody else deal with any of that during the winter hours when it's raining, snowing, and stuff like that. So just kind of getting it all out of the way as quickly as I can here in November. So that is basically all I wanted to cover in today's video. If you guys did like the video, give it a thumbs up button below. If you're interested in sharing experiences or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Write me on Facebook. And that is basically all for this video. And of course, once this home is completely rehabbed and rented out, we'll go over the true numbers, because that's what we're going to be doing with my single family home as well. We'll go over all the true numbers. That's how much it actually costs to repair, what sort of repairs we made, what we didn't do. Like on my single family home, we decided not to do any sort of siding, new siding on the we decided not to do fresh paint because the siding will need to get replaced here in the next 2 or 3 years. So what we're going to be doing is, the siding's already a little bit warped. We decided to kind of hold off on that, hold off on the painting. We're just going to give it a power wash, patch it up as it needs for now, rent it out for the next couple of years. And once that lease is up, then we're going to be redoing the siding, giving it a fresh coat of paint. So instead of spending $3,000 or $4,000 now with, you know, fresh painted coat, we're going to just wait a couple of years, do the whole siding, do a fresh painted coat, paint, and that'll cost $6,000 or $7,000 in the future instead of $4,000 now, having to redo the whole thing and dropping another $6,000 or $7,000 in the future. So that is basically all I wanted to cover in today's video. If you guys have enjoyed it, again, give it a like, and if there's anything you would like to have discussed in these videos, let me know in the comment section below. And thank you all for tuning in. I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.